j-tsoon took place on 18th and 19th of April in Tallinna Kultuurikatel, and on Saturday I got there like half an hour before my lecture that I was doing on fan fiction versus traditional publishing. So I pretty much straight away got into the lecture hall, and one of my friends had gotten the fan ticket and she very kindly offered to show me what comes within the fan ticket. So as you can see, she got a tote bag as well as a t-shirt. Now that t-shirt says YAF. That's because it's branded with the film festival logo that's in association with the convention. Then she also got these cute stickers and this cute water bottle, and that's what comes within the fan pack. It's sort of there for you to support the event. So then I had my lecture on fanfiction versus traditional publishing. I was very happy with the turnout of people. I was worried that no one's gonna show up because the lecture was quite early, but there were people there and I hope that they had a great time and enjoyed it. I thought it went pretty well. I spoke pretty fast, but overall I think it went well. If you were at the lecture, let me know. Then I went to check out the vendors area. I will say the afternoon of Saturday is always the most hectic and busiest part, but there was this cute vendor who sold these cute adorable dolls, and I did consider getting them but decided I just personally wasn't feeling them enough. But there were other vendors as well, selling all sorts of cute and fun stuff. And then I headed on to the artist alley as well. This time the artist alley felt like it had significantly more artists than last time, and I did enjoy that factor, but I also felt like that meant there was very little space. And it was very hard to film on Saturday afternoon. So I filmed some of the vendors and I tried filming the artist alley as well, but I filmed more of the artist alley later during the day. It was pretty hectic. There weren't actually even that many people. It was just that the corridors that they have made in between the stalls were so tiny, but there was loads of cute different art. And I was overall very happy with the artist alley selection. A little bit sad that there wasn't a lot of Grandmaster of the Money cultivation stuff. It's strange because I don't feel like the fandom overall is dying, like there was plenty of cosplays from it still, but for some reason everyone sells Heaven Official's Blessing stuff, but not Grandmaster of the Money cultivation. j-tsoon also had Kahoots and fan meets. These were again hosted in the Stalker Hall. Personally, a little bit sad that they're hosting them there again. I really liked that they had a separate designated space at the Burning Pumpkin Festival. I really felt like that was better. But Stalker Hall is fine too. I just don't like it that they sell food there. So there will always be people there just buying food and eating food, and you can't tell if they're there for your meetup or Kahoot or if they just wanna eat. So afterwards I had another look at the artist alley, and this time I was able to film things a little bit better. Saturday I had this unfortunate convention thing that often happens, that a lot of the stuff that I wanted to see was overlapping. So one of the other lectures I wanted to see was overlapping with the cosplay competition, but that was the only block of the cosplay competition that I could have potentially seen. Usually if you know me, you know that I always prefer lectures to cosplay competitions, but this time I felt that I wanted to see at least one block of the cosplay competition, so I decided to go and see the cosplay competition. As the cosplay competition is always so popular, they had these little screens up where they streamed the cosplay competition in case you didn't get in, and you could also watch the stream online, I believe, which is a good idea, but like while I'm at the event I wanna see it live, so I went there half an hour early to get a seat, and honestly already a lot of seats were taken, so definitely a thing to do. I do think that maybe Estonian conventions should consider getting the seat ticket system as well, like Finnish conventions do. Overall, the cosplay competition was very cool. There were a lot of cosplays that I enjoyed, like Monster High. There were actually surprisingly a lot of Monster High cosplays. On Saturday I was cosplaying as Veivusian. But on Sunday I was also doing my Draculaura inspired Lolita, so I was almost like cosplaying and wearing a Draculaura inspired outfit. So I was somewhere between cosplaying and wearing just like a Draculaura inspired fashion outfit. But I was also like themed after Monster High. There were also performances from different danmei, which is always really fun to see. Also from K-pop Demon Hunters, there was a Huntrix group and a Saja Boys group, so I was very happy to see that as well, because I'm in that fandom as well. Genshin also is not dead, doesn't seem to be dying. People love cosplaying from that franchise, and Genshin is well and alive. Overall, really enjoyed the cosplay competition. I was also happy that this time the host didn't seem so inclined to make everyone scream so much. Like sometimes I find the cosplay competition at this event really exhausting because the host just keeps urging everyone to scream, and I have sort of decided not to scream as loud on principle because it bothers me when other people scream so loud. But maybe I was also like sitting in the correct space, that I wasn't sitting directly next to someone who was screaming in my ear. Anyways, loads of wonderful, beautiful cosplays, and I'm very happy that I took the time to at least see one block. This time they have taken more time for the karaoke as well. There was karaoke on both days and the slots were quite long, and I think this was a good call on their part. Karaoke is always super popular. There were loads of people there enjoying themselves, so I think this was a good call. I had another look around the vendors area. Basically, if you want to have a good look around the vendors area, then do it either later on Saturday or on Sunday, unless there's something really specific that you want to get. They also had K-pop blocks that you could also watch on the screens or in person. I didn't see any of the K-pop blocks because I'm not that into K-pop. On the cellar floor, there was this exhibition of cosplay photos, and there was also this cosplay photo competition. So here you can see all the entries of the cosplay photo competition that were put up on the cellar floor, and you could vote for your favorite. There were 2 photos with horses, which I found interesting. Lots of beautiful photos. That concluded Saturday. I had more plans in terms of the program on Sunday. We had our J fashion meet right in the morning, starting at 12, so I got there pretty early, and on Sunday morning the convention center was pretty empty. You can see it behind me. There are no crowds. The artist alley as well was pretty empty, so if you want to enjoy yourself at a convention, you want to see stuff, and there isn't like anything specific that you definitely want to get that you know is gonna sell out super fast, go on Sunday or go later on Saturday, unless there's something in the program that you really want to see earlier. But when it comes to shopping, I would personally leave my shopping later on Saturday or on Sunday. Yes, some stuff sells out, but again, if you don't need anything super specific, I think it's fine. So I got to the event early and I took part of an anime Kahoot, and later on there was also a K-pop Kahoot, which I didn't personally participate in. Then we had our J fashion meetup. Overall very fun. I do wish that more people had joined. And later on at 2 I attended the danmei meetup. This was the first time I didn't host the meetup. I usually host the MXDX meetup, but this was really a danmei meetup, and they had a Kahoot and I won. I felt a lot of pressure to win because I usually host the meetups, so I felt like there was a pressure for me to win. Here you can see the stuff that I won. I'm very happy. Like, even the girl next to me said that she expected me to win, and I kind of felt that expectation from the room. It's possible that I fully imagined it. The meetup organizers had also set up this little photo area for you to pose in, and they had gotten lanterns for people to paint, so they had really put in the effort and thought about things to do. So overall, a very well organized meet on their part, and it was interesting for me to see how other people would do it, because I'm usually the one doing it. I am a little sad that we didn't take a group photo, but it was great. Then I went to a workshop my friends were hosting about Lolita fashion styling versus wearing, and this was a very, very popular workshop. They had put them in a pretty small room and it was really, really full. There were loads of people and it was fun. It was really good. So I understand why loads of people wanted to be there, but I think they didn't expect such a massive turnout. Then there was the cosplay masquerade, which I wanted to see but sadly couldn't because the room was too full. I checked it out a little on the screens but not really. I also really wanted to see the cosplay video competition, so for that I went in early and thankfully there was loads of space so I could enjoy the cosplay video competition. I have the same complaints about this contest that I have had in previous years. I think they could put little cards in between each video showing who the author is and where the media is from, and I think that way you could easily understand where one video ends and the other one starts, and you could also see the video in full screen. I'm trying to edit the videos in a way that I don't show anyone's video in a full and just don't re-upload it basically. The videos were good. I just personally don't like the way they format them. I think it would be nicer to have these little cards in the middle with the information and have the video on full screen. Especially because this time they had this flower graphic, and when the screen is horizontal it doesn't cover any of the video, but when it's TikTok format, like most of the videos were, then the little flowers actually cover part of the video, which I think is a little bit dumb as well. I understand it looks aesthetically nice, but it actually covers part of the video. So personally, I don't really like that they did that. Again, I think they should just show them in full screen, especially the horizontal videos. I didn't stay for the ending ceremony. There was still quite a lot of time and I had some other plans for the evening, so I didn't stay for the ending ceremony, but overall it was a good experience. I had fun. I do think that j-tsoon is getting a little too large and a little too crowded. There are a bit too many people for the size of Kulttuurikattel, for the size of the venue. I also think that the entrance to the event is really inaccessible. They technically have an accessible entrance, but it's not really accessible because you need to wait for someone to open the door for you. And I spoke to one person and they said that they had to wait like 15 minutes. So to me that really isn't that accessible. But overall, it's still an event I visit every time. It's the biggest convention in Estonia currently, and I think the program was pretty good. I think the event overall was enjoyable and fun. So definitely, if you can, do check it out. If you have enjoyed this video, I make loads of convention content about conventions, mostly in Estonia and Finland. So if any of that interests you, make sure to click subscribe, leave this video a like. Let me know in the comments down below, were you at this event? Where did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts on it? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!